Installation day. I'll give you a quick rundown of my plan. I don't really have a big plan. I'm kind of just doing this as I go. So I got the materials, I got kind of an idea, and let's get going and I'll show you what I'm thinking. Please subscribe to my channel. Thanks. First of all, I'm just using, like everybody else, 1 inch thick ceramic fiber insulation. These pieces, I believe, are 24 inch wide by 31 inch long. So that leaves me a little bit of a gap. You can kind of see I pushed that one in, kind of in there. And it's staying up by itself right now because I got the screws from the feet or the legs sticking up, and it kind of holds them in. And I'm putting brick, and I'll show what else. But it leaves about a 1 inch gap right there. So this, when I insulate this face, it'll fill that in. And I put the brick in there, it'll seal up real nice. So that 2 inches short, my barrel's like 33 inside here. That 2 inch short isn't gonna really affect me one bit. So, bought this on Amazon. Like I said, I already told you what this size was. These are a little smaller, I think 12 by 24. I bought 2 of those. That should cover the ends, I'm hoping, because this end is going to have fire brick, so I shouldn't have to do a whole lot of insulation there, but some. So let's see where this goes, and I don't know. Let's see. Both sides, I got it wrapped up in there. Nothing holding it up yet, not really. So there's my door. I'm gonna keep my grate at least 1 inch away from the ledge there because I gotta put insulation on that face still. And I just eyeballed it in there. Got it pretty straight. I know insulation ain't perfect, but it'll work. If it bothers me, I'm still gonna probably do it. I'm thinking I'm gonna pour some sand in there to fill that gap. And I might even cover the insulation with the sand. I think it's gonna be a good idea to protect that. You could probably put brick in there or whatever you want, but I'm gonna do sand. And I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do with this angle iron deal. So I got some of this. This is stainless. I'm gonna put this at the bottom. It's gonna be by the heat a little bit worse. So what I wanna do is kind of just build a little ledge as close to the grate as I can, giving it just a little bit of room. Just like that. I got a little bit of a gap under there. And I got some stainless steel hardware. I'm gonna mount this piece of angle iron roughly. Actually, I'm gonna scoot it all the way down, the full length of the grate. So I'm gonna get those attached. I got 2 of them. I gotta piece them in. That's all I can find around here. But I'm gonna go ahead and get both sides bolted on there and kind of visualize what I'm trying to go after here. Quick rundown of what I'm using to finish this next stage of the job. Just a hand drill, jigsaw, metal blades, center drill, a 1/64 over 1/4 inch drill clearance. I got some 1/4 20 by 1.5 inch stainless steel machine screws, 2 packs, 14 of them, that should be plenty. 1/4 20 by 3 inch long, same thing, stainless. Some fender washers, stainless, and some 1/4 20 nuts. That should handle bolting on the angle iron, like I'll show you, and the purpose of why I'm doing it. So let's get at it. Lay the stainless in there, flushed up to my grate on that end, and I just went ahead and made me a little mark there, and I'm gonna cut them off right there. Right, made my lines. So I'm gonna saw them up, and I think that's where I want them. I hope that's where I want them. Stainless hardware is attached to the cut angle iron. See right to the end there? I think that's what I want to do. It's too late now. But that's what it looks like. Got to leave a little bit of a gap in here so you can pull your grate up and down to clean it, you know. So that ledge I just created there is where the bricks are going to start laying. And I'm going to put 3 rows up, and then this top one's going to start, it's going to start wanting to fall. So I got a plan for that, and that's the next step. So stay tuned. Okay, I lied. This is the next step. So as you can see, I traced it out. I just kind of laid it on here, got it where I wanted it, traced it out, I'm going to cut it. See you then. All right, I stuffed her in. So I got all the gaps pretty good. Worked out actually pretty good. 31 inch wide pieces I bought, perfect. I was able to stuff it up. You know, the other video I showed how I did all this, so it goes right up underneath there. The other video, when I did all this, really not needed at this point, but I'm leaving them on there. And okay, so next step, I gotta cut out the door and the vent. So I'm just gonna go ahead and run a razor knife around that and cut that out. And same thing on the inside, I gotta cut this out so the vent can breathe. And I may or may not cover that little section there. I may stuff something in there. Probably won't be a bad idea. So that's my next step. Got her cut out. Open the vent up. And I went ahead and packed some stuff in there just to kind of fill it in. So it's pretty sealed. So with a piece of scrap for the door, went ahead and stuffed it in the framing there real nice. And I'm gonna go ahead and put some quarter 20s in here and some fender washers to hold it all in. And that's my next step. Got the back side finished. Just got to cut the hole for the exhaust. Packed a little bit in the bottom there. And look at that. It actually turned out pretty damn good. All the way up to the corners. So no scorching in my pan. I like it. So yeah, cut the hole out and move to the bricks. Well, a lot of you have probably already noticed, oh man, he didn't burn all the paint off. Why burn the paint off if I'm doing all this work, fire bricks, everything? It's not going to get that hot on the outside to burn paint. So why? Comment below, let me know. But we're going to see. My first burn, I bet you that paint does not burn off and never will. So let me know what you think. Well, starting to come together, my vision. And that's what I'm going to do, both sides. Okay. And here's where the angle iron is going to come in at. I'm just going to cap this thing off like that with angle iron. And that'll hold the top row in, which will hold the center one in. And that's all I need to do. And I got that little bit left there. I'm gonna cut a brick that wide, a little bit that's left over right there, and run all the way up here. And that's gonna end that segment of this. Then I gotta figure out the back wall, how I'm gonna build it up, the arch going to the exhaust. Check it out. I'm leaning towards putting the blocks just like that. I had them laying down the other way, 3 rows high. I don't think I need that. I think that's plenty high right there. I don't think I need to add nothing to hold them up. They're laying back real nice. Less work. And it creates a nice little firebox. What do you think? I'm going with it. I'm doing it like that. Now I'm going to start figuring out my back wall right here. I got to fill all this in. And, you know, it's going to become, you know, as high as that. Just a nice shelf right here. So that's next engineering step. Kind of mocking up my back wall there to get a visualization. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna take some of the blocks out. I'm just kind of using those for support. And I'm gonna fill the void with probably sand. So I'm gonna go to the store and pick up some sand. And I'm gonna probably do something like that. I think it's gonna work. I'll have a little bit of a gap here with my grate. But that's okay. I'm gonna pour sand all the way down in there. Not the full way to the bottom of the grate. I'm gonna leave some air in there. But just put some sand in there and it'll fill out all the voids. What do you think? I think it's gonna be beautiful. Got my bag of sand. Hopefully I'm not gonna use a whole lot of it. That's the plan. I don't wanna put too much weight in here. And there's my first 2 blocks I cut for the back wall. I just kind of cut the corners off, the bottom corners, kind of match the radius of the barrel, roughly. And then once I got the first one nice and level, I placed one right there. Got it nice and level, so that's kind of my base. And that's kind of my wall. So I can start pouring a little bit of sand in there just to kind of fill it in just a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and start getting that going. There's some sand packed in there. So that surface right there is nice and level. Kind of holding the block in a little bit. Same here, I kind of packed it in. Kind of slopes up and packs the block in. And that'll be under the grate. So I'll still have plenty of airflow underneath there. It just kind of fills in the bottom right there and caps it off a little bit. So I gotta start figuring out how I want to block it up to the flue pipe exit right there. So I got plenty of blocks here, plenty left. Well, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh yeah, I won't use 17 blocks to finish that, I don't think, but I got them if I need to. Let's see where this heads. Making pretty good progress. Kind of liking how this is going together, really. Usually I have a good plan. I did not have a good plan here. I'm winging it. That's what I'm doing. So I'm gonna probably go ahead and put another layer on top. That's it. That'll be close enough. That's almost good enough there, but I'm just gonna go ahead and use whatever bricks I got left. I got a little bit of gap here. Might throw a little bit of sand in that gap there. Same on that side. Throw a little sand down there. Probably don't need it, but I'm gonna do it. And then I'm gonna put one more row on, and I think that's it. Well, I got her layered up, kind of looking like that, kind of alternating. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put one more. I got 6 blocks left. I'm gonna use them. I went ahead and packed a little bit of sand in there to fill the void. I'm gonna get a little more ceramic. I got a little bit of a gap right here. I'm just gonna put a little bit more ceramic right there, just kind of seal it up real good. And man, I'm happy with it. Man, I'm loving it. So I just kind of put my last 5 or 6 blocks. I got, what, 2 left? 2 left over. Just cut the center one till it fit. Look at that thing. I got it all nice and sealed in them corners. Both corners are nice and sealed. I went ahead and made sure that this is nice and sealed underneath there. Look at that. This thing ain't gonna leak no heat, I hope. Well, I'm gonna leak some out there. So let me know what you think. That's the wrap. Very long process, but if you remember, I said I'm not going to use this next year. I'm just going to kind of slap it together. Well, I'm going to use it. I just figured hell with it. Why would you not want to use that? That's so nice in there. Look at that. That's going to heat up and cook some nice maple syrup. Okay, well, that's it for me. Thank you for watching my video. If you haven't already, please subscribe. We're going to start collecting sap and start trying to suck her out. So, for our first year, upcoming videos. Subscribe and don't miss them. Thanks again.